Hi guys, William Elk here, welcome back to the channel. So anyone that knows the area can see I've just come away from Seaways Cafe at Friday Thorpe. It's Thursday night and it's 6:15. I just thought I'd nip out for an hour, not particularly going anywhere, but I thought I'll go past Seaways and see if it is open on a Thursdays, and no, it isn't, it's closed. So I do think they open late on Wednesdays, but fly just goes straight down me. Yeah, they're not open late on a Thursday, so I'm going to work my way down and up over the tops, past Garraby Hill and down towards the prison. Can't remember what prison it is. It's also the prison on the left. Go past there and go back towards Pocklington, old route, and then I will call in at Bainton Stop. Have a coffee and okay, before I go, I just fancied a little run out. So I bought a new exhaust for the Tenere. I bought one off Temu a while ago, a branded one, cheap. I think it was something like 80 quid, but we're about 35-40 quid with the delivery. Like a tri-oval thing, and it was alright. It was alright. I just thought it was a little bit too small, like you for a smaller CC bag. And the link pipe that came with it, well, the second link pipe, because I bought it to go up under the seat, which would have been perfect for up under the seat, but it just required doing something with the indicators, and I wasn't prepared to do all that. It's fairly standard. So I put it low level and bought the other link pipe, which won a lot of money again, but it didn't fit really well to me. It kind of was too near the swing arm, and when you moved it out of the way, the clamp didn't fit on the front connecting pipe quite well, so I decided to go for another one. I just had my mate on. It's got an arrow sticker on it, but it's not an arrow. It's electric something actually, but it's a lot bigger, a lot better. It sounds alright, you can't hear it over road noise, I wouldn't have thought, but yeah, I like it. And it just looks better. The connected down pipe fits on a lot better. Clamps are all bent and stuff, so for what it was only 120 quid, I think. Good enough. Because the chances are take it off road and drop it, so I didn't want to spend a lot on a high level hydrophobic rapid or a real arrow even. But my mate, mechanic, he said, no, you should have told me I could get 20% off arrow. I says to him, I've got 50%, I've been a YouTube influencer. I've been an influencer with 80 odd subscribers. Anyway, he'll know the truth now if he watches this, but yeah, it's not really an arrow, it's more an arrow sticker for it. So anyone that knows this road, I've just come down Garraby Hill. I will show you a prime place for speed camera vans. I once got done here, well, I got done in car literally last year, but also I got caught on my bike 2012. I was on a Fireblade. Me and a friend came down, my friend was in front. He kind of got clear of a few cars like what's in front of me now, so I had to overtake them. So I came up in on the left, there's a parking bay, you can see the sign there, and I know sometimes they put cameras in there, or vans, and it's now, it was 60 then, it's now 50, but when it was 60, so I came up here, I had a look in this parking bay to the left. There was a car and there was a camper van, some kind of camper van, so I thought, oh, it's alright. So I opened it up this next bit, past the car, all the way up there. So like I say, it's only a 50 zone now, it was a 60 zone then. And then we carry on into Stamford Bridge, and I got pulled over. Some police stepped out to the road and pulled my mate over. I looked at his registration plate, it wasn't him, so then they let him go, and I went through and it was mine, and I thought they were pulling it up for I had a smaller number plate on. I thought it was that. And he says, you've been caught by a covert camera doing 93 and a 60. And I was like, what? So anyway, when it all came through, the summons and the pictures and everything, it was in a camper van. The camper van that was there, the camera was in there. Now I thought that was like entrapment, but it came with this big warning. I can't remember what it was called, but it was like Operation Thunderclasp. And it was like, we are now going to catch all you racing mad bikers that come from outside of North Yorkshire into North Yorkshire and tearing the roads up with, yeah, we're doing 90, but I mean, it wasn't right. But it's, you know, I thought we were well in control, but others can argue. And it basically said, you know, we're sick to death of you lot coming here and doing this and doing that, and don't try and contest it in court because we've had special dispensation. So I just thought, oh, whatever. But I got a £600 fine and 6 points, so it wasn't good. Now, consequently, like I said, last year I got a new car, and I got done at the same point, and I watch it all the time, but I was coming home because I live, you know, behind me, kind of thing, and I was coming towards me. So, again, it's 50 here, and I was doing 60. I went over the brow of the hill, just going down there. I was just going over work, so I wasn't really taking a massive amount of notice. So I was doing 63, and they got me from 638 or 639 metres away. So they were in the same lay-by, but well further up. So the camera was targeted like through and around some bushes. Just if you get in the lay-by, you can see a straight line, but if you're coming over the top, you can't see the camera. So again, bang to rights, but that was just 3 points and £100 fine in car. So yeah, this it is full summary. So yeah, it's this road. Beware of that area. Just as you're going up Garrabilly, just as you're going up Garraby Hill, it changes to a 60 zone, and then it's 60 zone all the way up to Friday Thorpe. So that's better, but it's 50 from like the bottom of Garraby Hill all the way to Stamford Bridge. So just watch out, people. Only a bit for community. And you know, we can argue the whys and wherefores about a speed camera van, but you know, they're not safety vans. Let's be honest, they're just making money. I would rather see a policeman, high vis, there. That's more of a deterrent and a safety. And it's like, if a camera's like going through this village or this one not going, but you've got a school. And yeah, it's a what is it, risky subject this, but if you go past a school at chucking out time at 30 mile an hour, which should be under the speed limit, but there's a lot of 20 speed limits now, so even at 20 mile an hour you go past a school at chucking out time and you ride up through where they're all going out, you have a good chance that one of them will jump out and you'll hit them. So I think that's more dangerous than doing 80 mile an hour on a country lane that you've got loads of vision and there's no junctions and stuff. Technically, I know I'm wrong. I don't want anyone preaching to me telling me blah blah blah, because let's face it, 99%, if not 100% of us who ride or drive on the road have been speeding at some point. Whether that's 51 in a 50 or 93 and a 60 like I did, or even faster some people. We've all done it. And we all know the consequences as well. So, you know, I took mine, slap on the wrists. Yes, I was, you know, annoyed with myself for doing it, but I did it. You know, at least if you see traffic cops, I think if you see traffic cops about that, you know, they're a proper deterrent. I mean, I told that story when I was on Crieff Coverleaf about the unmarked police bike. For those that didn't watch that video, I'll tell you, we were sat having a coffee at a place, I was just talking bikes to somebody, and I was on about the KTM, and I was just telling him I'd had an Africa Twin, and he said he'd had an Africa Twin. Look, 20 zone, what's 20 all about? So, and I was saying, I got rid of it because it just wasn't powerful enough for them fast overtakes, you know, and I'll just say 70 mile an hour plus, but I didn't say that. more like 80 to 100 mile an hour overtakes. Well, my friend said that. And he kind of smiled at me but didn't really say anything. And then he says to me, have you ever rode a, because we're on about some other bikes, but he says, have you ever rode a BMW S1000XR? And I says, oh no. He says, oh, mine's over there, the unmarked one. And I thought, unmarked? What's he mean unmarked? And I looked at it, it was a grey one. I looked back round at him and he had this lanyard on. I think it was his police identification badge. And I went, unmarked as in police unmarked? And he went, yeah. I went, are you on duty now? He went, yeah. So I went, forget what I just said about overtaking that. And he was alright, he had a little bit of a laugh about it. But I think he told me just to stop me going any further maybe. And we were having a good chat about stuff and about, how it's easy to catch speeders but they're not allowed to catch scroats and they don't bother and all this kind of stuff. So, I had me 2 pence worth, but fair play to them. But the bikes was lovely. Yeah, I nearly dropped myself right in it there. But luckily they went the other way, so yeah, I'm just doing a little round trip because wife's not getting on till a little bit later, so I thought I'll just go out and have a coffee and a scone or a cake or something. So I've also had this conversation with my wife about destinations, and she always says like, oh, you don't have to have a destination, but I do. I like to stop and have a coffee or whatever, just sit and play on my social media and stuff, and then go home. Whereas she just likes going for a drive sometimes, or even a ride when we go back. At least this one, I've not really done this route before. I've done the route, but I've not done it as a round route, so up to Friday Stop, although I won't call in next time, I just call in and have a look, see what we're on. To Friday Stop, then down to Full Sutton Prison, and then to Fangfoss towards Wilberforce and Pocklington, and then hopefully just dodge this bloody big water cannon. He's obviously been into the wall. He's obviously getting his road through before pipe man. Although I bet farmers are allowed to do it, because that's another thing. The next subject, Yorkshire Water. We're now on a hosepipe ban as from today or tomorrow. But you're allowed to fill buckets up to fill your hot tub up, but you're not allowed to put a hosepipe in. And as we pay for it all now, and it's on meters and what have you, they're not charging you any less, are they? Let's be honest, they waste that much in, where big leaks and water mains and muck about and general upkeep of waterways. They're all interested in making money rather than the service. So they could be a lot better. And I'm sure we ship our water out to all sorts of different parts of the country. Although I suppose as a country we've got to supply everyone. So, just because it's made in Yorkshire, water's not made or something. Because it's in reservoirs in Yorkshire, doesn't mean it can't be pumped to like Lincolnshire or something, which I don't know it is. Cuts all the corner out, but I was coming down to look at this building. I should take a detour through town just to have a look at it. Church. Look at everybody out enjoying the weather. Even warm enough for the ones in the shade. It is 29 degrees. Wow, mad. Not there. Good. Knew there was a right turn somewhere. Nice old church. See that one popping up. My village is the same. It's only, I think there's 40 odd houses in my village. Church bell chimes on the hour. Weird, you get used to it. I hardly hear it now. When I first moved in, I'm like, bloody hell. Bikes there, look at it. Let's call it and get a skinny frothy coffee. Well, that's another stop off at Bainton Stop for a frothy coffee even. Lovely it was. Skinny latte now. Yeah, another nice summer's night. Well, just nearly home. Nice little round trip. Not spectacular, but enjoyed it. Not had the rear facing camera on tonight. I used it the other night and I forgot to charge. No, I didn't. I left it in my little tank bag and forgot to charge the battery on it, so it was flat. Yeah, as it goes. So if you'd like to do the norm, which is subscribe, like, notification bell. If I've got that right now. It's in reverse on this one. Phone camera. Yeah, so all that's left to say is ciao for now, and wheelie milk out. Bye bye.